Phone's off.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Lessons with Larry, episode 45. Married men versus unmarried men. Who wins? Co-host Money Mike, James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield, and George F. Grundy II. Mayfield and Lott versus Money Mike and Grundy. And here's Larry.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, we got an interesting topic today. Married men versus unmarried men. We're gonna into this conversation and see where this rabbit hole take us to. What I'm saying. So first, I want to say hello to my special hello and shout out to my co-host. You know what I'm saying. We got Mr. George F. Grundy the second. And here he come. He's showing up. He gonna come get on camera with us tonight. We got James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield. You understand me? And you got Money Mike. You know what I'm talking about as always. And and here's Larry. You know what I mean? So how y'all gentlemen doing? Oh yeah, hold on. First and foremost, I want to send a shout out to Stephanie, our co-host. Send a shout out to her mother. Her mother is doing well right now, but hopefully we believe in that she's gonna be better. So what I'm saying, our heart go out to her, and her mother. You know what I mean? And you have our support, here at Out of the Mud.
For sure.
Sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so what's happening, gentlemen? How y'all doing today?
I'm phenomenal. Feeling phenomenal tonight. You know how I feel. Every day above ground is a blessing.
Life is life, and I'm living it.
Okay, and life gonna totally be life because that's what life do. If it did anything different, I guess it'd be called something different.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they can name it life for a reason. But yeah, we on this subject. So so tell me, I know these days, these days it ain't getting no better. I like to know what the dating. Yeah, I'm not interested, but I'm just curious to know, what the dating scene like in the single life because I can't speak on that because me myself I'm married and my brother James Mayfield. I know I got you. Yeah, I got my brother, the greatest Mayfield. He married too.
Right.
You gentlemen are single, so maybe y'all can tell us. Not that we interested, like we coming on y'all side of the street, but we just wondering what's left out there.
Well, I guess my first question would be, is it worth coming over to y'all side of the street?
Well, it all depends. I mean, if you get, my thing is you get a sweet wife, you got a sweet life. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it all depends.
Yeah, I agree. You gotta know who you're dealing with and make sure when you take that vow, that's who you want to deal with because you can get a divorce, but it's like you really in it for the long run to you.
Yeah, because if you get a divorce, it's like wasting your time.
Yeah, so it's really in it for a long. So it's just like you want to make sure that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that.
So it's worth it if you know that's what you want to do. That's the one you want to spend the rest of your life with.
And you committed with it. Now, if you plan, then that's something different.
Okay. Well, me personally, I agree with you. I agree with you, gentlemen. In all honesty,
Okay.
I know the show says verses, but it's more of talking about the married life and then talking about men with the single life. And like I said, me personally, I have to agree with you guys on that. It's just that unfortunately, I wasn't as smart as you gentlemen was. And I can say that. I was married. And once again,
okay. You were
I was
married.
yes.
Okay.
So
okay.
It was a situation of me not being a mature man and not having myself together and didn't appreciate marriage.
Okay.
And then as a result of not appreciating that marriage, I lost that marriage. Now, you spoke on single. I mean, any true person gonna rise to the occasion. So definitely, I meet some very beautiful females, interesting, and I go out, I meet different things, but I'm not into no sleep around,
Okay.
And I can say that on here because the people that know me, I know if I'm sitting here lying, on this podcast, and they're welcome to call me out on that.
You lying.
Call me out on that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, like I said, once you put yourself in a position, you can't sit and waddle in it. It's like they say, you make the bed, you got to lay in it. And it is some beautiful women out here. That, at the end of my saying this, is marriage material. So it goes right back to the being married. And I feel that that's the way. But I do maintain being a single man. Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you ever get lonely?
I mean, when you ask that question there, I would like to take the fifth on that one.
Oh wow.
You know,
Okay. All right,
we'll transfer that
you
over.
got more news.
You gotta raise your hand when you doing that.
Oh, yeah, I'm taking the fifth on that.
More news at 11. We'll take it over to you.
Wow.
George.
As they say, anything you say can and will be used against you. But
in the court of life.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So,
Public opinion.
right.
Okay.
So what's the question for me?
So the question was,
well, I mean, you know, how is it being single? How is life for you? Then he wanted to know, do you have lonely moments?
Let's say Tupac had a song, Thugs Get Lonely Too. But that was just a song.
Okay.
And going to the, let me try not to be extra. Being single is a roller coaster, because when you single, you might find, as a man, I'll find a young lady that I get to spend some time with, and we on the phone, and we you know,
that's the honeymoon stage.
all that stuff. But then what does that lead to, and is it worth going any further? And then sometimes it's like Cat Williams said, you find out they banana cream pie, they crazy. They put them on a good front until they get you caught up into their web, and you like, how in the world did I get caught up into this? And how was you able to keep this up for so long? You know? So that's my experiences, different time. But and I've messed up on some great opportunities, great relationships that probably should have ended up in marriage. But at the same time, I ain't Jesus, and I ain't perfect, and neither is they.
Yeah, it makes perfectly good sense.
But
Mike eyebrows was going, man. Tell me what you. I saw the eyebrows. Tell me what's going on, man.
no, honestly, I mean, I can't give an answer to what you feel. What you feel is what you feel, and you know, even with myself, you know, like I say, you know, whatever position I'm in, I'm gonna definitely rise to the occasion, and you know, when I'm being, you know, being single, you know what I'm saying, dating, but once again, that dating can get tiresome.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, you want to have a bond, somebody that you can trust, not a situation. Oh, this was a good day, because that was just something for the moment, and that relationship is something lasting. You know, I'm just.
I can't hang with the glasses, but I got to.
Okay.
Well,
all right, I understand.
Going right.
But you know, like I say, you know, we make mistakes. I blew my marriage. You blew a couple of say good relationships.
Yeah.
But that don't mean it's the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? But it's exactly, you know, there's different factors in there. Although we say talking to two married men, we two single men, this is a little different than your norm, because it ain't like you can say, hey, you got the whole world still ahead of you to meet somebody. We got some age factors.
Yeah, time has come in.
So
yeah. So
and you know, you can see them laughing because they understand they done the right thing.
But look, we already got some people asking. Well, Sharita Turner said, "Good evening, all." And then Jordan Craig, he had a couple questions. Should I get married? And he said, "Do it get boring being married?"
Oh, well, that's
okay. So I would say no, because you, in your mind, it doesn't get boring, because you gotta create safe places, and you gotta also create excitement. You gotta do things, and then like, so for instance, for me and my wife, I can't speak on nobody else. We both entrepreneurs, and we're both, you know, we both push each other every day, and we had these conversations, and we want better and we want more out of life. So if you can meet somebody like that, and you'll know when you meet that person, because when I met my wife, I actually wanted to change who I was. I wanted to change my essence of who I was to be able to be there with her and for her. And by me being in the streets and dealing with other people, that's the life I loved. And that's what I was like, I ain't changed for nobody. This is what I like. I enjoy this. But when I met her, it was like, now I could be taken away from this whole situation, if I don't decide to change. So that was one of the changing factors in my mind. It was a why.
Well, when you just said that a minute ago, you was like you met this, this fabulous young lady, and you wanted to change some things about yourself, and that's what's positive about that, because you do have the situations in whether it's a relationship or a marriage, you cannot let a person change you to what they want you to be, because then that becomes a problem of unsatisfactory. But I like what you said in that you recognize things within yourself and wanted to change your, makeup, understand, to suit what what you was involved in. And so that's a positive, on that. But I also heard, I can't say her because like I said, I was married, as well. And a gentleman asked about, is it boring? I mean, it's as boring as you make it.
It's what you make it.
What you put in it is what you get out of it.
Yeah, and every go ahead. No,
go ahead.
No. But every single day you had to work at it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not like hey, I'm married and it's everything is golden after that. You know what I'm saying? It take work. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a whole nother individual that you growing with. You know what I'm saying? Not just being with them, but y'all are steady evolving and y'all should be growing. You know what I'm saying? And one shouldn't hinder the other one from growing in no sort of way. Matter of fact, that's supposed to be your number one supporter. You know what I mean? So having a good support system in your life, it actually helps you elevate your life. You know what I mean? So.
But really, when you look at it, I'm not gonna say every successful man because I'll just be lying. It'd be an outlier. But a lot of men that's in great positions got some women behind them that helped push them and was in their corner
and did the grunt work
and did the grunt work. And they probably, and if you ask them, pull them to the side off the record, they'll probably tell you like, that's what kept me together.
Yeah, facts.
So when you can find a woman that can keep you together, then that's the one. I'm not saying that's the one you got to marry, but it's like you look at all the other relationships and all the other things you've been in. And like I said, for me, it was me wanting to change.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Me wanting to do it, not to, that's what they wanted. Wanted to change.
Because you knew it was time for a change.
You didn't get an order or a demand put on you.
A lot of times as men.
Ultimatum, as they say.
But a lot of times as young men, we don't really know when it's time to change. You be having so much so-called fun, you know what I'm saying, to where you don't know when to really make their choice. And a lot of good women get away. You know what I'm saying? So it's about, like I say, if you got a sweet wife, you got a sweet life, but you got to choose wisely. You definitely got to choose wisely.
But then, like I said again, when I was mentioning that age factor and that, you get older, then when you realize, man, I want that significant other. Still be careful because you can find yourself, because of what you want, jumping into anything. Because you feel the clock is running out on you. Right. So let me grab something.
You just getting something.
Don't grab nothing because you feel the time running out. But to the young person, I would also say, make sure you understand where you at and who you are as a person. And if you decide to get married, make sure it's what you want and you're going to be serious about it, because there is time factors all the way through this. Because, the younger and the more you put in that marriage is just like building into a good stock. It's good money in the bank. Mm-hmm. So when the time comes and y'all at that age, it's just going to cash in as that beautiful marriage, and togetherness. Don't take it for granted, and don't step outside. Just like I tell any friend of mine today, not that they ask me or that they have it in them, but I just make it my business because of what I experienced to let them know, hey, don't ever ask me to participate in assisting you to cheat, because I will not be a friend of yours or don't mean you well if I do it, because I know what's going to come from it. A divorce and heartache, So I don't condone, I don't support that, no shape, form, or fashion. I'll let them know, hey, do not ask me.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I kind of want to answer this question.
You looking at Jordan?
Yeah, I'm reading it, and Larry just
read the other two.
It said, "Did your wife keep doing what she did? I mean, what she was doing to get you after you got married? I heard the sex stop after marriage."
Well, hold up. Before he said that, he said people pretend till they get what they want.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, you definitely, one thing about it, time is the greatest revealer. You know what I mean? So you really can't meet somebody and say, oh, later on she gonna pretend, well, she acting this way now, but is she gonna act that way later on? You know, I the sex thing, you know, as far as that, I ain't experienced it. You know,
I haven't
I've been married,
experienced it. Like actually, like it's the
yeah. If
it
anything,
doesn't yeah. It's I mean it's what you make it. Everybody
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
And,
everybody
and, you
different.
know, relationships is ingredients. Yeah, you can marry a woman, but think about the same thing you said about her. Look at yourself too. You done all this to get her and that, but then
and you
all of a
stop
sudden you
doing
went to slacking on your end. Mentally, you not fulfilling her. Mentally will make her shut down physically. So before we point fingers at spouses, let's take a look at ourselves in what we doing.
Now going to the age thing, y'all already clown me. I just want y'all to listen to it, then answer the questions after I say it. So I have a list. It's in my head. I understand that it may not be realistic, but these are the things that I say because of relationships I've been in. I would prefer not to have a woman that has children. I would prefer to have a woman that's never been married. And I would prefer to be with a woman I can be with for at least 4 years before we start having children. That's based on what I've been through already.
At your age?
Yeah, at my age.
How old are you now?
47.
Okay, then you
Dr.
said 4
Phil?
years. Hold up, 4 years.
He said it at your age.
Or never been married,
Right.
no kids.
Let me apologize.
Just the
I
age.
wish not.
What
Let's
about
keep
the
it
age?
going.
And she's got to be young enough to be able to give you a child.
We'll
Not
at least
clock
have
out.
4 years together with nothing going on. Just me and
So
her.
what is the age you could cut off where you feel like you might not be able to have a child because she's too aged out as far as her embryo?
With something like that, I would say in her about 43, 44 would be her age out when it comes to high risk.
Okay.
Right.
You know, now high risk. I'm talking about I want my wife to be able to be healthy when she has the children,
Right.
not die on the table. I'm like, oh, I got the child and I ain't got the woman.
Let me just suggest this.
Based on what I said, look at what I said, and then I'm saying I know you're gonna clown. Like, they already clown me.
No clowning because this is
serious.
and you my man's. But all like I said, that's why I can only suggest this. I just suggest that you kind of reevaluate your list a little bit because you said yourself, you said a little bit of this is unrealistic. So that means you know that
I
yourself.
get it, but
so therefore, man, just go back a little bit and make a few
scale
adjustments
back a little bit.
And make it happen if you're gonna happen because you getting older, you want to be able to be there and interact with your child and different things like that. So, you know, just give a little bit more thought to your list and readjust it a little bit. Because I'd like to see that happen for you. Sincerely.
okay.
Good brother.
Yeah.
Anybody else have at the?
I mean, tell the truth, Mayfield.
Now, what did you say? What did you say? What did you say your
I need
stipulations
to
were?
think about this.
What was your stipulations?
It's a lot to wrap my brain around.
What was your stipulations? Because I
So
heard one caught my attention.
say it blew your mind that much you couldn't hear the rest.
Yeah,
So in my perfect world, you know, if I could have it my way like Burger King,
Okay.
it would be, you know, made me forget because I'm trying to figure it out. So it would be that she would have no children, never been married, and at least 4 years with her before we start having children.
So basically, you want the impossible wow.
You want a unicorn?
No,
that's not
impossible.
Based on the numbers and statistics. There's a bunch of them out there.
I have never witnessed Mayfield Lott be so quiet and not directly respond to what you
said. Since they've been quiet, I'm gonna put it like this. So the reason why I said no children because I've been with women with children. I helped raise them children, and when the relationship's over, them kids go with their mom, and then you empty. You like, man, I done helped you figure this out and all this other stuff, and it don't matter. So I want my own children. I don't want to help raise no other man's children no more.
I'm just later on in life still respecting and you know what I'm saying, and really appreciate really appreciate the sacrifice that you made, you know, in their life. They may not see it at the time when their mom take them away, but later on they'd be like, man, you know what I'm saying, everything he told me was true. You know, he only wanted the best for me. You know, he was one of the few people. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, if a person is single and I wouldn't just say I wouldn't want no woman with no children.
No, I wouldn't
Because
write 'em off.
if you want her and she got children with her, then come on. If you want her and she stay in the hood or she drive this type of car, come on with your car, come on with wherever you stay.
But I'm saying I'm trying. This is based on me already doing it, and
but-
why I
Yeah,
said
but
that.
see,
That's
this
just
stuff happened.
that's
That's
just
a few times.
One or two
Well, I mean,
failed
come on,
situations.
man. You can't.
That don't end. That don't end that.
But even looking at it, you can. So we're thinking about this. You want this woman to bury your child and have your child, and she never had one. At least with a woman who has a child, you can see how she treat her child, how she raised her child,
Right.
and then you'll know if that's the
Good
woman I
Good
want
man.
to have my
My
child
man.
because I
My
see
man.
what she doing before I came and
See,
what
that's
she
the
doing
Mayfield
now.
I'm talking about
Yeah,
right
that's the
there.
greatest
Yeah.
Mayfield.
See, that's
Greatest,
the
man.
greatest.
Hey, look,
Greatest.
Jordan Craig talking about somebody said you too old for all that, sir.
Who that? Who you talking
Jordan Craig said that. I
Who
think
you
he's
talking
talking
about, Jordan Craig?
He talking about you?
I think he's talking about me.
Yeah, you call
That's
it
just
space
his
man.
opinion.
I mean, that's cool. But he but that's what we saying.
Right.
We saying, man, your clock, your stop.
But then you talking about
it's
4
ticking down.
years,
You
like
talking about 4 years.
That's
so
Yeah,
you
my-
Mike
so
said-
you need time.
what
So
Mike
with the
said
age,
was
you need
very
somebody
important.
about 30 at least.
Yeah.
What you talking about doing with no kids?
Listen to what Mike said. Mike said, at least if you have the child, or children, you'll be here for them. You catch it in the fourth quarter. And God
Fourth
forbid,
quarter action.
come on, man. No, you come on. And the later it get, the more you should start shaving down them expectations. I ain't saying just, but the one about the no child, because you can't. Hey, a child even with me being married. You know what I'm saying? I love my wife enough to where that wouldn't have been a deal breaker if she had a child. I would have accepted her.
And I get what y'all saying, but I'm going off of my experience, not feelings.
Right.
I'm going off of life experiences that I had.
Yeah.
And then also with the children part, you become whatever number after the children. If she got 2 children, you become number
That's cool.
6
I
in
mean,
line
at
on
least
stuff.
So
Let me ask you what's most important to you, before I give
Go
you
ahead.
this advice. Is it so important that you have the wife and the kid, or can you have a kid along your journey and then if a wife comes, fine, but do it have to be the marriage
Together.
and the kid together?
I would prefer to be married and have a child. That's how I was raised.
That's how you
My parents just celebrated their 49th anniversary 2 days ago.
Having one, if you wasn't with the mother, would you consider having one?
I wouldn't purposely do it.
Well, that's
Like-
what you should do. I mean, I was going to come on out with you, man.
You
You
said-
probably just need to go catch something and knock it up right quick and get your baby out the way.
I hear you.
You don't have the time you think you have.
Ooh.
That's the bottom line.
Right. I mean,
Yeah, unless you just really start getting into some Dr. Sebi stuff and
You said
really
I just go all natural.
just
and
all that and take the herbs and
it's like,
all, I mean
no more
yeah.
pork and
all of that. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Go get you.
And I can tell you, I can tell you something. You're a veteran, right?
I am.
So right there, right now. See, I think you campaigning wrong too.
I'm campaigning.
You campaigning wrong. See, one near you, they get your benefits if someone's that. So you got to throw everything you bring into the table.
Oh wow.
He done gave some game benefits. Come on,
Somebody
Mike.
call it
He said,
in.
bro.
Somebody call it in.
Them was some strong benefits now.
He said that's what you got a campaign on.
Baby next
Look,
week.
this baby. Whatever something happened to me,
They had a bunch of
you
young
gonna be
ladies.
straight.
They had a bunch of young ladies that hang up by the
Veterans.
by the army. What you call it?
UAW.
By the army barracks up in New York at the camps, whatever. Yeah.
Come on,
They
man.
smart
Whoever
with
just
it.
called in or called
Let
back.
them get them. Let's get 'em.
Who that?
No, you should be able to hear without the thing.
Hello?
Hello?
Hang in there.
I
We're trying to
can hear
hang
him.
in
Hold
there.
on. Just give us
Give us a second.
Yeah, we're gonna get it together. Yeah, I know. This call probably for you, George.
Keep it going.
They probably
Hold on. Hello.
Go ahead. Can you
Hello.
hear?
Yeah, I can hear.
No, call it. Can I hear? No, I still got you on here.
Just might.
I don't know why you're not going to the line.
You got the phone light on?
Phone.
The light, the button,
Yeah.
or say
Phone
phone.
is on. Okay. Caller, can you hear us? Can y'all hear the caller in the headphones?
Call it. Can you say something?
Turn it the other way and plug it in. Flip it around.
I
No,
heard
I'm talking about in your phone.
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did. Fine. Caller.
Hello, caller.
Y'all just keep talking.
Okay, I hear him pushing the button.
Caller, you there? Yeah, I'm trying to get you on the line.
Okay, we can hear him right there. Let him ask something.
Yeah, but he still got to get to. So everybody else is. Yeah, we're right here. You hear us?
Just tell him to call right back, and I'll put him on my phone.
You hear us? Call.
Take your speaker off. Go in there and take your speaker off.
I just cut it on so we can hear because it's not going through there.
Oh.
You there? Yeah. Go ahead. What's your question?
I got a couple questions, man.
Okay, who are you first?
You said what?
I said, we said, who are
Bring it
you?
over here and set it down. We should be able to pick them up, G. Just unplug it. Just set it over here.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Hello.
is that on?
All right, caller. Who are we speaking with?
It's Jordan.
Jordan. Okay, Jordan. All right. What's going on with you, Jordan? You all right?
Ask your question and direct it to whoever you want to direct it to.
All right, so dog that's single, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Here?
I'm clear.
We hear you, Jordan.
Come on, you gotta get back on camera
so,
too, Jordan.
so dog that's single, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm listening to him. Everything he said is legit. Then I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, he is a little too old to be saying that. But then it's like, I'm like, I know there's females on this podcast, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what I'm saying, we don't have to get them into the marriage situation. So brother, you gonna have to tell us what you willing to take off that list, brother.
My man.
Well, the list is.
Hold up, stop one second. Hey, can we ask how old are you, sir?
I'm 31. I'm gonna be 32 next month.
My man. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
my
what's
man.
happening. Okay.
So my question to you, and I'm gonna answer your question, but why haven't you gotten married yet?
No, hold up. Why don't you answer this question first?
I ain't running from nothing.
No, but I'm saying, okay, don't
You know.
on the fence. Just answer this question first.
I've been living the life. Look, I've
question.
had an amazing life. I've you know.
That's the answer to his question.
No, but I'm gonna answer it. So
Which
my
one
thing
you
is
take off. Just
Look
make
at
it
that
cut and
one.
dry.
this ain't no. Is this some kind of
It's a call. No, a person call.
actually
It's starting to feel like one of them.
Hey, no, you just
Y'all put me in the room and y'all trying to get me to.
No, bro, I'm with you. I'm with you, but he just asked
So-
Jordan.
So what is the question again, Jay?
Yeah, Jordan, what's your question? One more time for him.
Okay, so we don't have to. I just want to know what you willing to shave off the list that you have. Cause honestly, bro, you gonna run out of time, man. You gonna be too old. Can't play with the kids.
Got you. So what would I be willing to take off the list? Well, all the stuff, there was no list until things happened, and that's where the lust came from my experiences. So after experiencing these things, the list don't even have to, it really don't exist. It's just what I would want. So if a woman comes across my path that is worth the energy and effort and time and the excellence that I had to give her, then she's gonna be worth it. But that list comes from my experience. I've been.
What can you take off? If you got 4 different things,
It's all flex because I already been through all those things.
Which one would you take off? That's what he asked.
Let's put it like this, right? I feel because at the age you at, the women that's your age or around your age probably got kids. They probably 18, 15, 17. You know what I'm saying?
That's great. I want my own.
Right. So, is you willing to mess with a female that has a kid?
I've done it before. I done helped raise kids. I spent 7, 8 years helping raise kids.
I know, but I'm saying like, now, you look into the bracket of not the club girls and all the bar girls and all that. I'm talking about a real woman.
Right. Look at
got
it.
a kid.
Let me put this. The women that I've dealt with, in the most part, have been very excellent women. So I ain't gonna degrade them just because it was bad situations. I'm listening though. Both human life. I messed up and they ain't perfect.
Right. So that means that you have to do some work on you first before you get to. But I'm just asking you questions because I know it's females on here and they probably looking at you like, oh, he a handsome guy, you know what I'm saying? But then your speculations on what you want ain't in that category.
Sound impossible. Yeah. They sound crazy to some people.
They might have. No, it don't sound crazy. But it's just at the age you at, I don't think that's possible unless you're going with a younger female. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And
As long as they legal, they legal.
There you go.
Pop go to Weezy.
There you go.
Pop go to Weezy.
Okay, so why not? Why not?
Let them finish.
I don't think you need to be doing that trying to get married because if they younger, they still want to go to the club, they still want to party, get drunk, get high, hang out. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, that's not the type of woman I'm looking for. So she wouldn't be on the spec. She wouldn't be on the thing.
You want a Mormon?
Right.
You want a Mormon woman?
Like a real woman, or she do like say my girl for example, or she do go home, she go to work, go home, she wait on me to get there. You know what I'm saying? I'm out handling my business. I come home.
So you do have a woman.
But I try to make her go out. You know what I'm saying? But she don't want to go out. You know what I'm saying?
So Jordan, going to you, you do have a woman. Why haven't y'all got married yet?
Well, I had to make sure that she was for me. I mean, I've been with her for a long time.
What's a long time?
I've been with her for 14 years. So it was a long time.
Oh,
Hey, Jordan.
Man, hold up.
Hold on. Now,
You sound like an intervention.
Yeah, no, it was an intervention on me. Y'all just look. And now Jordan.
Okay.
He had to learn life.
Yeah.
And mature.
Because it took me a long time. And he more mature than I am at that age.
What made me think about it now because I'm older now. So now it's like I messed up so many times that she didn't do no hit back or nothing. She just forgave.
My man.
We ain't had no kids or nothing. Now we got a baby on the way now.
Congratulations. Congratulations on that.
But the panel, Jordan, the panel done already voted. You done already confessed. That sound like you got a heaven sent female in your life. We expect to get invited to that marriage. We expect to get invited to that marriage and hurry up and get her ring.
Yeah,
man.
Straight up.
You play
up.
And we respect what you
It don't
say.
take no 14 years to learn nothing.
But that's okay. I mean, but you know,
that's a long time.
But he might, you never know. I mean, you never know the circumstances. Then what he was going through. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying. You can get to playing. Playing can be fun. There's a lot of single guys that we've been playing,
but
and
he
they
said
play
she didn't even,
right on out of it.
Right, but he said she didn't even play get back or nothing.
Right, and that's a hell of a woman. That's
get her ring.
He can't get her to go out.
Right,
get her ring.
Get her ring.
She deserves a ring.
Because he said 17, 18 years they've been together?
14.
Get her ring.
14, but still. 14 years. She definitely deserves a ring, man.
Which one of them got the song, put a ring on it?
Beyonce, I believe. We ain't talking ring.
Not that ring. The for real life, for life.
We talking about
get the life insurance and all the stuff ring.
Okay.
You got to put the what?
Band with the ring.
No, bro, you good.
And just
after 14 years,
she pretty much set in her ways at 14. After 14 years, because in her mind, you are her husband.
Yeah, she
know what I'm
saying
straight up. And just like hold up, and just like even in your mind, common law. But listen, but just like in your mind,
ain't it 7 years common law?
No, just like even 14 years. But in your mind, that's your wife. You call her wifey and everything. I bet. You know what I'm saying? And you her husband. So, it's just a matter of y'all just coming together and continuing to build, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just it's kudos to you, man, straight up.
Definitely.
To be the age that you are and been through whatever you done been through, but still realize and recognize it don't hurt to ask questions, man. You know what I'm saying? To ask somebody, the things that, because it ain't nothing that you can that you face with in this life that somebody else ain't already dealt with.
So is this the same one that asks do sex stop when you married?
Was that you? Yes, sir.
That was your question.
You asked that, Jordan?
I was talking to a lot of men that's married, and they all, be like, man, bro, they start acting.
No, that's all about what you mentally put in her.
Yeah.
If you got her on a mental downslide, no, she ain't gonna be feeling to be touched by you, and not because she ain't feeling appreciated. But as long as you keep that spice in there and that positivity and some good romantic, don't never stop romancing her. Never. You romance her meeting her, romance her to the end, and it's gonna be good for you.
Yeah.
So
No, bro.
Okay.
What you say?
That's what was holding her back.
Holding me up with it because I've been scared. Like, I don't want her to change on me. And I talk to so many people again, and they all say the same thing.
I mean, hold up now. Everybody, with exception, you've been married a few times. I've been married a few times, and I just say, I never gave up on it. And in some marriages, some people do change, but you got to know that person. And after being with somebody that many years, you actually know her, man.
Yeah, so if
she ain't
gonna
change
on
you. She'll just be, put it like
Did it
this.
stop for
You'll
you
be
in
putting
these
cement.
14 years?
Jordan, you there?
Did it stop for you in these 14 years and y'all been together?
I mean, it ain't. Okay, look, put it like this. I don't want to throw out my business.
Right.
I did. When I met her, I didn't know she was a virgin. She was a virgin, right?
Oh, you got
her, bro.
Man, that's
That's yours, bro.
Man, listen,
come on, that's a whole other level.
That's it, man. You dealing with something that ain't neither one of us.
Right.
We married, but we,
So, you know what changed? You know what changed with me in marriage? Why mine stopped wanting to sleep with me? Because I was out in the streets. So once again, I put the negativity in it. I got a negative result. You on some positive stuff, and you're the only one being with her. Don't even take a chance.
Straight up.
Don't lock that up, bro.
Straight up. That's for real, man. You know what I'm saying?
And what I can say, whatever.
I'm getting married tomorrow, man.
Get
My
married,
man,
bro.
you should.
Yeah. Hey, man, give us a man. Yeah, for real. Straight up, for real. If you got something like that, man, that's special to you, man. Stake your claim, man.
Think about this. You ain't got to put your business out here, and we not asking. But think about this: the trials and tribulations that you done had with this woman these whole 14 years. You know what you did or what you might have not did to where it got stale or it wasn't exciting or she wasn't being feminine or whatever the situation was. So you'd have been through them situations. You know this woman. So you know when you get married what's acceptable and what's not. And you know what to get you what you want and what to cause you a problem. So you just take that into your marriage. And you'll be all right.
And Jordan, I say go to what you told me. You said I need to work on me. Make sure you work on your ass so you can be right for her.
Hell no. George in his feelings, man. Listen,
no, I'm not. I'm just saying.
How you go to work on the man tail? I mean, the man behind, man. Come on.
Pause, no diddy.
Hey, quit.
Hey, Jordan.
This is a young man, man. He's trying to ask us for advice, man.
I'm one Twinkie away from not being able to fit a tuxedo, man. Go and get married so I can fit a tux, man. One last time before it's the one they buried me in.
We can see you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, for real though, you know what I mean? Kudos to you, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? You got something special. You know what I'm saying? Treat her special, man. And
right,
and
sure.
live your life, man. You know what I'm talking about? Because from what I've been hearing.
So let's ask the single man. What do y'all think? Listening to Jordan and what he say he got, would y'all squander
that? Would y'all take that? Would y'all want that opportunity?
I would have married her on the 5th year.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Jordan, if I get a virgin.
He ain't gonna be down in City Hall.
City Hall. Here I come.
Hey.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Come on, you can't be taking calls on the
podcast.
Yeah, man.
You gonna disrespect the show,
right? Look, so we got folks that said stuff, and
Okay, yeah,
so the third said, if you meet a girl that wants to have a baby but don't want to get married, would you do it?
Do it.
He talking to you.
He talking to you.
He asking you that.
I understand that, y'all. Look, I'm just trying to let the question marinate. Y'all just thought, look, this intervention is horrible.
But Jordan, back to that virgin, like I was saying.
Hey, see what happened when you get a little older, Jordan? You on your way, baby.
Hey, them cowboy boots hitting the floor.
Yes, sir.
Look, and you almost my age, Jordan, so get it together.
No, I just appreciate.
Yeah, man. We sure appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate your interaction with with the subject, the podcast, man. And that's a beautiful thing, man. But yeah, wife her up, man, for real.
And hope we was able to help you, bro.
Yeah.
You gonna get
and let us know that you did it, so we can celebrate y'all.
We be here every Monday, man. You know what I'm talking about?
We want to really celebrate y'all in that.
Yeah, for real.
So
straight up.
So I like to take the time to say this real quick. Shout out to MUA Jock for all your beauty needs. Bookings open for makeup. Also, she has her own cosmetic line. The website is www.shopmakeupismylife.com. Again, www.shopmakeupismylife.com.
Okay, then, right.
Okay. And I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna answer the question, but and then Monica Collins said a lot of men who play around too long die alone.
Woo!
That
message. I don't want to die alone, man.
That message was
I ain't dying alone.
It probably also look. This is a target practice for me. But look, Buddha New Level said a man can do all that, Mike. If she want to go, you gotta let her go. I was about to do the right thing and was hit with she need her space.
She wasn't ready yet.
She wasn't ready.
But at least she let you know instead of taking you to the altar and cheating and messing off on you. So she did you a favor. That was a blessing. Yeah. That was a blessing, straight up. That was a blessing. You know what I'm saying? That she was woman enough to do it, to say, nah, I ain't ready for this.
Yeah.
That was a blessing, man, for real. So kudos to her and kudos to you for being ready to do the right thing. You just got to get the right person. That's all.
Yeah. And Jordan, if you still watching, you just heard that MUA thing. You can get your wife makeup and everything done. His wife is very professional that does that. Take advantage of that.
And since y'all get married tomorrow, you need to hit her.
You go ahead and book. So yeah.
Again,
the website is www.shopmakeupismylife.com. Not only do you can get her makeup done, if she likes to put on eyeliner or lipstick or lip gloss, different things of that nature, she can purchase the product at a good price.
And if y'all serious about that, James know MUA Jock, so he could probably hook it up to where y'all slide y'all in for a special marriage situation.
Yeah. I know her real good.
Yeah. Real good.
Real good.
Yeah. That's why he ain't worried about.
I could put it a word for you, man. We'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, for real.
We get her together.
That's to you, Jordan.
Yeah, for Jordan. Shout out to Jordan.
And then y'all can come start that marriage podcast.
Yeah.
After y'all get about a year in, we'll still be around here. Y'all come in and talk about it.
Sure enough. For real. Yeah, that'd be a beautiful thing.
Because right now I'm feeling like Flash off the 500. It's lonely at the top.
He says lonely at the top.
So Buddha New Level said, tell Mike to look at my pic. He know who I am.
He's the guy who said that he was ready to settle down, and she said, she wasn't ready, needed her space or something.
Let me see the pic.
I can't get to
it. Was it showing it at all?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I know of him. I know him. I saw him out a few times. I know him. Okay. Yep, I know him. You know him.
Them glasses, you can't see it with them glasses. Look, don't you're gonna mess up the phone.
That was really a good thing that she told him,
So what I just the woman said, I had your baby.
He said his name Buddha.
New Level. That's what he go by on the thing.
Oh, okay. The woman was just saying, the woman that asked.
It was third that asked if it was just a girl that wanted to have a baby. I don't know about that. I would like the relationship with the child and the mother.
Here you go.
I don't want no broken family.
Oh, Buddha, yeah, my boy.
Let me see.
Yeah, okay. That's my boy.
Okay,
Buddha,
yeah, I know. I grew up with him.
That's my guy.
He grew up on Marengo, didn't he?
Okay, well I know, but I know him. That's my guy. Though we go skating and different stuff. Meet up. Yeah. Good brother.
Yeah, Buddha. Did you grow up on Marengo? So yeah, I think I know him from Marengo.
Yeah, it's my guy, man.
Yeah, so So the single scene ain't all what it seemed to be.
That ain't what it always crack up to be, man.
It's
you
not.
know, because like I say, man, you gotta understand what it is. The single life of that dating is just like a stopwatch. You gonna run it, movie, eat, dinner, this, then over. Thanksgiving, they might be got some another date. You sitting holding the turkey.
You can fry the turkey. Giant turkey.
You can only go so far with the fried turkey.
By the way, I heard you make a mean turkey, man.
Hey,
man, I heard I need to try it, man.
Hey,
you know what? This summer, my mama bought me the thing. You know, we're gonna see if we can talk to them about doing it right out front, and I bring that propane thing.
No. You can set an extra table. And
You
I
buy
had
the
it
electric
done before the podcast, so I got.
I heard I need to try it. No, I mean I done made them before. I done had them, but somebody specifically told me about his.
I'm talking about
and I love
Miko.
Yeah, somebody told me about it.
Shout out to Miko.
Yeah. Shout out to Miko, Michael Thompson.
Michael Thompson.
He said you ain't had no deep fried turkey till you had Mike's, man. And I'm telling you, I'm standing on that.
Yeah, straight up. Because he gave me one. That was my first time even having some deep fried. I don't even like turkey no more. If it's in the pan
deep fried,
and it wasn't deep fried, I'm cool with it. You can keep that. Yeah, that's what's up.
I did, man. He did a thing on that turkey, man. And actually, he don't know it. I bought him another one because he been calling me, do me a turkey, do. But when you do it for other people, I ain't into that one no more. But like you ain't had it. I'll knock that out for you.
Sure.
Okay,
I
definitely want to see,
man. Get back on this. But that was another thing. That fried turkey was a bad thing. It took the whole podcast to
another. But again, we down 12 minutes now, so we got a couple more comments. Y'all need to do a dating game for Flint single men. That's from Sharita Turner.
Okay,
and then Buddha New Level said, replying to Sharita, LOL, was them shots fired?
Shots fired.
I understand. Yeah.
Now, it was an earlier one that didn't come through on the phone. It said, a woman who has an 18-year-old and she's 45, not about to restart. He 47, just stay a stepdad and find one who just want to get married, have kids.
Okay.
That was from Buddha.
That was from Buddha. Hey, Buddha, that wasn't no bad advice for the brother, for real.
Exactly.
That was some realistic. I mean, not that his views ain't realistic, and everybody can set their standards how they want to set them. That's the beautiful thing about it. But you know what I'm saying? You just want to, you want to try to have some likeliness in your standards.
So I live in reality. That's just what. If I could have the world, I want it'll be just like I said. Have no kids and never marry, and then so that's all I'm saying.
Oh, he can sing too, ladies.
Yeah.
So
put them qualities out there.
We're gonna have to do a 20 versus 1 with G this summer, man. Wow. Let's do a 20 versus 1 for him, man. Set up a 20 versus 1 over there.
For real, man.
So,
man, for real.
For real, though.
With the balloons or something.
Yeah, do the 20 versus 1 with G, man.
If you believe it or not,
that's what it is.
For real.
You got something really going for you, the fact that like I'm telling you.
Because I got the benefits?
Yeah, because they
want security, bro.
That's instant security.
Instant security.
Instant.
They know as soon as you kick the bucket,
bring it
that baby gonna be paid.
Just watch what you eat.
Hey, the baby gonna be paid.
Look, I might have to watch what they cook. Like, how many years you got left?
Watch the spaghetti and chili.
I ain't eat no spaghetti. I don't do the spaghetti.
Sauces.
None at all.
They say red sauce and decon be real good.
But believe me,
why it taste so sweet? They put daddy free. Why it's a little sweet? I put a little sugar in there. Put a little sugar in there.
Yes.
That sweet taste.
Right. You eat it first.
You got to get you a taster.
And Monica, point taken.
Yeah, that was it.
Miss Collins.
That was a real good that was a good thing. But yeah, we need to do 20 verses.
Yeah, well,
for real.
Set it up.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to seriously look into that.
So
we had someone on the show a while ago, and I remember because it was like they talked about it on the show, and they said they was doing something. I had to figure out exactly who it was. They said they was doing something called, and they ran it called speed dating or something like that. So it's something you might have to look off and check out.
Now you could do like my other brother, which I know he's gonna kill me for telling this, but he did. Now my other brother used to hang out at the homeless shelters and catching, a date.
Oh wow!
A woman. His my other brother.
Did he end up getting married to a homeless one? Or he's still dating?
I don't want to further anything, but he had success.
He had success. And did he get a homeless woman pregnant?
Two of my brothers.
Oh, so
one from out of town.
So do you have homeless nieces and nephews?
Yeah. No, but
they got a home.
I don't.
This was back in the day.
Back in the day. 2 days or 2 years. 20. I'm gonna stop.
About 2 weeks.
Long time ago.
2 weeks ago.
Old enough. Yeah. So there is pros and cons to each thing, and even a marriage, you got to work at it. You definitely got to work at it. You know what I'm saying? You have to work. It's a job.
So I want to say this: in our community, in the black community, we all black men. We love black women. We want black families to thrive. We are at the bottom of the everything when it comes to marriage right now. We are at the bottom of everything when it comes to No. I'm talking about statistics.
We want black women. Hey man, I'm getting old. I'm taking anything, man.
Oh, okay.
Chinese,
he ain't discriminating. His time running out.
What you most definitely have an Asian kick because you said Chinese and Wing Chong. So I don't know what you Wing Chong. So he's looking for an Asian woman,
white, black,
around 32. Her height would be 5'2".
Whoa! You said what age?
32.
No, that's you with the 32.
No, I'm saying, look, the Asian woman.
52 to 82.
Oh wow, he want 50.
Quarter of my life.
52 to 82.
See what single get you at this age?
His time running out.
My time running out.
He realize it.
I'm not picky like that.
Oh wow, Buddha said, I bet he did find one there. Of course, they're gonna be to the right. They're gonna be able to do right or something like that.
But for the record, I was not making fun of unfortunate people. I'm telling a true story about my brother.
Right.
So I'm not means.
He's still with her.
I don't mean that I'm just making. Let me make this record for the record. Hey, unfortunate.
Somebody's going through some
things. I am not making fun of no homeless people.
No, right.
My heart go out to them.
Has anybody on the panel ever been homeless?
That was my brother's MO.
I have.
Have you been homeless before?
Yeah. I've been homeless a few times.
Have you been homeless before?
I have.
I've been homeless a couple times.
I've been homeless when they caught me cheating and kicked me out the house.
No.
So I've been
for a day or two.
I've been homeless.
My last
I ain't
not because of that.
It didn't last long.
I've been,
When I've had to figure it out.
Hey, when Mama married James Blakely. Yeah, she told me you gotta go now.
He's in there like, baby boy, you want some of this, man? Like, I like it.
Hey, look. So all of a sudden she get this motherfucker. She get this gentleman. I'm your only son. You did? Hold on.
You gonna put me out?
Hold on. So I knew something was up when she started telling me, "Oh, you gotta wait till James eat first."
About the damn James.
Let me know who in charge.
And listen, after that.
So do you have a problem with people named James because of that? No resentment or nothing, right? I'm just asking.
I understood, she made me grow up real quick. I said, but I'm just saying his name was James.
How old was you again?
What?
How old was you at the time?
I was about 17.
So you was almost at the door. She
just pushed me on out the thing. I knew something was going crazy. She fried chicken smelling good. I come in the house. You gotta wait till James get on with these first.
Hold
up.
up. You got me.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? So yeah. Man, yeah. Yeah, that was
But serious, man, you know, like the young brother said, Jordan, others saying Buddha different. You know, these are all our opinions. But I like to see you make that happen for yourself. But you're definitely, man, gonna have to change a little bit of your criteria.
Yeah, you gotta shade that list down just a little bit. I mean, just keep it in your mind and be like, okay, it would be nice, but just don't let nobody slip away that could be really, a good, could be a good match for you. Simply because of the other things that's going on. Them maybe having a child, you know what I mean, or them being married before. At least they know how to treat you. You want them, at least,
And because the other ones failed, don't mean this one don't fail.
Right.
Don't look at everything on be afraid. You might need to, because I don't use the word step. If they in, we in.
Yeah.
And you might meet one where, hey, they can appreciate
you. Feel
I get it. But also another thing is being real about it. It's because I don't like fear, but it's a scary space because, man, all the time you done spent and you got to do it again. It's like I might as well just be by myself and then hit what I hit.
They get lonely at the top, don't they?
Yeah, get lonely at the top.
Yeah.
Man,
so but that's what you deal with.
You got to get a body pillow.
What's her name again? The young lady that do the talk show. She do the talk show too. You know, she from somewhere. Where is she from?
What you talking to? What we talking about?
Here, the one be doing the light skinned lady sister.
Terry Lisa?
No, the karate stuff.
You talking about Alexandria?
Yeah, I see it like
from Brazil.
Right, the Brazilian, beautiful lady. And I think you sit, hey, give something a chance. You can't knock something down without giving it a chance.
Look, man, people want what they want. Yes. Women are in their space. They have the ability to choose what they want. I don't force nothing on nobody. And my thing is, I don't know. I'm gonna leave that alone because that's a whole. You done got specific with what you saying.
I'm just saying you give people a chance, man. It could be the one. The very thing you look over could be the one.
Well, what I try not to do is mix business with nothing like that. So I stay out there.
Mixing Bendish,
yeah, I don't.
You're running out of time, y'all.
I'm out of time.
How much time is it? Immediately.
Bug tooth and she a professional skateboarder. Give it here.
Golly.
You married, you wouldn't understand.
I sure would.
You married, you wouldn't understand.
No, we sure though. You know what I'm saying?
And Mr. Picky. I can't say.
Mr. Picky. Hey, man, look, all my life, I ain't got no problem being me. Buddha said it's called a lesson. You learn and you move on. He didn't put that last part on.
Yeah. That's what life is, a series of lessons.
Series of lessons.
But it's a beautiful thing when you can grow with somebody and you can look at them and see the growth in them, and then you can look. They can look at you and see the growth in you, and know that both of y'all played a part in both, and it happened.
Yeah,
that's a beautiful.
That's
thing.
real.
Yeah,
both of y'all played a part.
Yeah, both of y'all played a part. Together.
And see, by me being the clever guy that I am, I'm already into my stage. I done went and got the fake stamp like the Koreans or whatever, Chinese. Okay. And I stamped Jordans on my diapers. When the time comes for diapers, mine gonna be Jordan brand.
Okay.
So,
you get your Depends ready now.
Yeah, I ain't got to even get
Jordan Depends. Brought to you by Jordan Depends.
These ain't regular Depends. These are Jordan Depends. Right. And I changed them myself.
Walk a little faster with Jordan Depends.
If your load is a little heavy, it got the hang time.
And he got to change them by himself.
Levitating.
Man.
Pop the string and
fly high with.
You got duct tape on them together.
Fly high with Jordan D's.
And a phone holder.
Hey man, that's something else. But yeah, look here. So it's been a
play with your time if you want to. I'm prepared.
I got you. I hear you.
We're gonna do our shout outs now, and we're gonna wrap this thing up. So you know what I mean. Anybody starting with you, brother.
Mayfield. Shout out to Jacqueline Mayfield. On my way, baby.
Okay, then.
I plead the fifth again.
I like to send a shout out to Sharice Lott. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my baby. Go ahead.
All right. I like to say hello to me when I get home to myself. And
My man.
and I appreciate the conversation from today. And I'm always open to learning, always open to growing. And
he got mad.
Nah.
I mean, not mad.
Look, y'all. No, I'm good. Y'all see how they putting stuff on me that I ain't. Weighing me down, but I'm good.
If you're interested, give a call.
Look,
248-820-5053.
Here's his number in the dime.
Call him anytime.
820.
The number in the dime. Wow.
Tell the number down.
It's all good. Everything's cool. So
go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm good.
I appreciate everybody for participating in the show. Appreciate all the callers for calling in. Those who check the show out. You know what I mean, and got something out of it. That's a beautiful thing, and that's why we do what we do. And I want to thank my special guest. You know what I'm saying, James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield. I want to thank Money Mike, and I also like to thank George F. Grundy II. You know what I'm talking about? He came on camera with us today. That's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? To have his presence here.
I put my pride to the side and let y'all throw all the darts. I'm talking about the whole world, man. This is the whole world going at. I'll take it. My shoulder's big enough. I'm broad. But Buddha, I'm gonna leave it with Buddha. Never take the last relationship issues with you. The next. You learn moving moving or something, and let the old affect. And don't let the old affect the new relationship.
Yeah, don't bring the old luggage.
Don't bring the old garbage.
Yeah. Leave it in the back.
And you know what? But I'm gonna say this to Buddha. And it's my opinion that a lot of people take the garbage from the old relationships into new ones. And and
then you find out you never gave one person an honest chance, and that could have been the one.
Exactly. So.
And Stephanie, again, our prayers is out to you and your mom, Stephanie, and we hope everything get better with Stick and Move.
Yep. Okay, well, you can catch us at the same time next week. And we out. Y'all have a beautiful evening, and take care. Signing up.